The lineage of the CB1300 dates back to the CB1000 of 1992. Back then, it was labelled the Big One, a 1000cc naked bike whose presence demanded attention. A water-cooled, muscular, naked inline-4 motorcycle distinguished by its finless, exposed lump of an engine. When I first laid eyes on this brute back in the early 90s, I was instantly taken by its squared-off appearance, large sculpted fuel tank resting on a clean, raw, beefy-looking power plant. Back then, the combination of these striking visuals sunk deep into my soul, and it's a bike I still love seeing today, some 27 years later. Come 2019, and the legend of the Big One continues, in the form of the Honda CB1300. Originally released in 1998 as a successor to the very first Big One, the Honda CB1000. The 2019 Honda CB1300 lineup reveals naked and fared versions with additional performance-oriented SP variants of each of these models. That's 4 bikes in total. The fared CB1300 bears the moniker Super Bowl Dior, and the naked versions are known as the Super 4, a nod to a bike dating all the way back to 1969, the Honda 754. The 2019 range consists of the CB1300 Super 4, the CB1300 Super Bowl Dior, the CB1300 Super 4 SP, and the CB1300 Super Bowl Dior SP. Features that are common to all variants of the 2019 CB1300 are Honda's PGM-FI water-cooled 4-valve inline 4-cylinder 1300cc engine, designed for overwhelming power and torque throughout the rev range, producing quick linear throttle responses even from low revs. The EFI throttle body features Honda's IACV, or idle air control valve. A large diameter intake funnels air to the induction system, and a 2-chamber muffler served by an engine with a 360-degree detonation cycle takes care of spent exhaust gases. The exhaust is a free-flowing 4-into-2-into-1 system with a clean, clear, low frequency. 3 catalytic converters handle environmental responsibilities, and the system is fitted with 2 O2 sensors. The CB1300 boasts a slipper clutch for a lighter pull and increased control of rear wheel hopping under sudden engine braking. The frame is a dual backbone double cradle design, delivering a combination of flexibility and rigidity for light sport riding and a reassuring sense of stability at higher speeds. The CB1300 also features a cushioned aluminium rear swing arm with forged aluminium end pieces connected diagonally to the upper body for increased rigidity. Honda claims an unprecedented high level of ride quality, and all models feature ABS braking. Unlike the naked Super 4, the fared version of the CB1300 wears the title Super Bowl Dior and has been fitted with a fairing designed for high-speed cruising. The cowling aids comfort at speed, reducing wind pressure to the rider via fairing-integrated air ducts. In true Honda style, the Super Bowl Dior draws its name from the world's oldest auto-endurance race, the 24-hour Le Mans. Held each year since 1923 near the town of Le Mans in France, the Le Mans 24-hour race is all about building high-performance vehicles, driving innovation through fuel efficiency, reliability, and dependability. A worthy choice given the history and ethos of the Honda Motor Company. The Super Bowl Dior moniker has been used on specific Honda motorcycles since the introduction of the CB1100F way back in 1983. Features unique to the SP variants only of the 2019 Honda CB1300 are Brembo 4-piston monoblock radial mounted brake calipers and Öhlins suspension fitted front and rear. The 43mm Öhlins upright forks come with preload and rebound damping adjustability on the right leg and adjustable compression damping on the left leg. The suspension settings have 20 steps of adjustability on each fork, and the fork legs are treated to Honda's Ultra Buff finish for smooth operation, and are also fitted with a specialised low friction dust seal. An Öhlins piggyback shock takes care of the rear and features a large capacity 49mm reservoir and 20 steps of adjustability. A high rigidity aluminium cylinder and a lightweight high stress spring complete the Öhlins piggyback unit. The standard model CB1300s wear Showa suspension and Nissan calipers. A Showa piggyback shock featuring a 2-stage spring and 14mm damper rod with 15 rebound damping steps and 4 preload settings look after the rear, and the Showa suspension on the standard CB1300 SB and SF is designed to provide a comfortable ride whilst maintaining dexterity and neutral handling. Let's look at the numbers. Breaking down the specs even further across all models, we see a wheelbase of 1520mm, an overall length of 2200mm, the overall width on the naked bike is 795mm, and the fared version measures in at 825mm. The overall height of each model ranges from 1125mm to 1215mm. Ground clearance comes in at 125mm for the standard model and 135mm for the SP model. Interestingly, it appears the Öhlins shod SP models stand 10mm taller, which is also reflected in the seat height, which is 780mm for the standard versions and 790mm for the SP versions. The weight of each model measures in at 268 kilograms or 590 pounds for the naked bike and 274 kilograms or 604 pounds for the fared model. All models share the same water-cooled 4-stroke double overhead cam 4-valve inline 4-cylinder engine measuring in at 1284 cc's with a compression ratio of 9.6. Peak power of 81 kilowatts or 109 horsepower arrives at 7,250 RPM, and a peak torque of 118 Newton meters or 87 foot-pound is delivered at 5,500 RPM. The fuel tank holds 21 litres or 5.55 US gallons, and the fuel range is 26.8 kilometers per litre or 63 miles per gallon US. The CB1300 also has a 6-speed gearbox, a rake of 25 degrees, trail of 99mm, and the tyre sizes are 120/70 17-inch on the front and 180/55 17-inch on the rear. Converting the pricing of the CB1300s from the Japanese yen, we can see the CB1300 Super 4 comes in at $13,498 US, the CB1300 Super Bold d'Or comes in at $14,481 US, the CB1300 Super 4 SP is around $16,839 US, and the CB1300 Super Bold d'Or SP measures around $17,821 US. As you can see, I have an affinity for this motorcycle. The muscular styling, lump of an engine, and Honda's faithful replication of the design cues of the original big one sees the 2019 CBR 1300 safely added to the growing list of bikes I like.